Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, I say welcome, and I'm thrilled to have you. If you're not new here, welcome back. Hey, listen, this week's videos are going to be just a tad bit different. My aunt passed away. We are actually going to the funeral now, and we have a marriage retreat we are preparing for and getting all the things together. We are hosting it. And so we're working hard on that. So the recipes, yesterday's recipe and today's recipe, are pretty simple dessert recipes. I hope you enjoy it. I was grieving when I filmed this the other day, so I look a little rough, but just please bear with us as we take you through this week of preparation, of honoring a loved one, and so forth. So on with the video. I hope you enjoy. We're making a chocolate eclair. Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I am so glad you're here. My name's Leslie. I am the Farm and Pastor's Wife, and you're in my kitchen down on the farm. So today is the time I'm filming this. I know you're not seeing it probably till Tuesday, but today for me is actually Saturday. It's Saturday evening. We have a Bible study here in our home on Sunday evening, and it's mine and Caroline's. We signed up to take care of snacks for this night. I have a huge schedule this week. We have a Winter Jam tonight, which I did not go. Daniel went in my place, so Bryant and Daniel went to Winter Jam tonight so I could stay home and get some of this stuff done. We had a dear sweet neighbor pass away. I think it was last week, but her funeral is actually tomorrow. So before the Bible study, I'll be going to the funeral. My aunt passed away last night. So I don't know what everything holds, but anyway, I don't know what's, we've got a lot to do. So I'm filming this, and this will probably be Tuesday's video, and I want to get this dessert made ahead of time so I don't have to do, the first thing I need to do is I'm also going to make the sausage casserole, the sausage and cream cheese in between crescent roll sheets casserole, but I'm not going to make that until tomorrow, but I want to go ahead and get my sausage fried up and drained, just so I can reheat it tomorrow, add the cream cheese, and then put it on the crescent rolls. I don't have to worry about, and get all that cleaned up and clean up all the grease splatter and all that stuff. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it, I'm making 2 of them, so I'm going to make it in separate batches just so I can keep the portions equal. And so let me get this going. All right. That's going. Let me wash my hands. We'll come back and we'll get started on, I know y'all have this recipe already. You've probably made it a million times, but we're going to make it together. And it's one of the easiest desserts you could possibly make. So we are going to make a chocolate eclair. If you watched the weekend wrap up, you saw me get groceries, and you probably figured it out before. But that's what we're going to make. And I'll show you the finished product. I'll also try to remember to film the finished product of the sausage casserole. That is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I love to make it for breakfast. I love to make it for snacks. I just love it. And so right now I'm getting out graham crackers. The first thing we're going to do is it takes 2 of the 3.4 ounces of vanilla pudding. And so I'm going to open those up. I'm going to turn my sausage down real quick. I'll just restart that when I can pay attention to it. Sorry, I was looking for something and I was looking for a utensil. But anyway,
Okay, so we're going with 2 of these. And I just used the store brand of the vanilla instant pudding. And we're going to pour that in this batter bowl real quick. All right. So now I've got 3.5 cups of milk. 3.5 cups of milk we're going to pour right into that. And we're going to give that a whisk. I have a 9 by 13 dish right here beside us. I want to be sure to get all that dissolved really good. All right. And so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this Cool Whip, an 8-ounce package of Cool Whip. And we are going to fold this in, being sure to get it all mixed well. I want to be sure to get all of that whipped cream out of here. All right. And so we are just going to mix this well. Let me get it all mixed up and I'll bring you back in just a second. We're going to set this aside and we're going to get our dish over here. And it looks like some of these are broken, so we're just going to make the best of the situation. We'll keep it together best we can. We're just going to piece it together. All right. Okay. I'll quit trying to piece there. So we're going to take half of this mixture, the Cool Whip and pudding mixture. All right. Very good. All right, let me get a napkin. I want to clean that up right there on the edge, but we're going on with another layer of graham crackers. I did a little more crafty piecing work on this layer. So we are going to go into and do the final layer of this, the cream mixture, the pudding mixture. I think I evened it out pretty good this time. I always get one layer heavier than the other, but seems like I did halfway decent this time. I think if there's one layer heavier, I believe probably the top layer is heavier, but that's okay. And the reason I like to get this made ahead of time, one, because of my time crunch, but also because it lets the graham crackers get nice and soft. Not soggy, they just get kind of soft. You know what I'm saying? And I just love it. This is so beautiful. All right. We're gonna scrape this off because I don't want to leave any of that goodness behind. We want to be sure to get it all. All right. Here we go. Okay, so now one more layer of graham crackers. And then the best part, the chocolate. Now we'll talk about the chocolate before I put that on. But let's do this last layer of, looks like I'm gonna have to piece this layer too. All right. All right, there we go. All right, now we're ready for the best layer, which is the chocolate layer. And I have a few graham crackers to eat. I like graham crackers. Do you know how I love graham crackers? Okay, I used to work at the hospital, even as a teenager, and I was like a CNA at the hospital. And one of the things we did at night was we carried around a cart and we gave them their snacks, the patients their snacks. And they had grape juice. They always had grape juice. They always had ginger ales and Sprites and graham crackers and so forth. So I got like hooked on mixing grape juice and ginger ale together and eating graham crackers with it. So now this makes me want to go get some grape juice at the grocery store. Yeah. So anyway, okay, let's talk about the chocolate layer. I used to make my own chocolate icing for this, and it was absolutely delicious, but it was pretty time consuming. And somebody shared with me this trick, and I have done it ever since. And it is just as good as making the homemade, but with less trouble. You don't have to add in corn syrup and all that good stuff. You can just make your own chocolate icing. And I mean, just heat up the chocolate icing instead of making your own chocolate icing. So good. So I'm gonna stick this in the microwave. This is just a can of Rich and Creamy Betty Crocker. Old Betty. Love old Betty. Betty Crocker. What would we do without her? All right, so I'm gonna stick this in the microwave on 50% power for about a minute. Just get it pourable, and we're gonna pour this all over and smear it in. I mean, you know, smear it on top, and then we'll be ready for the refrigerator. So hang tight, let me get that done. Okay, so we have this nice and pourable. So we're gonna turn you guys back down here. Might be a little bit too pourable. my aunt that passed away. I don't know if you guys remember, but I took you to, we had a little family gathering, and she spoke, and I filmed it. And I'm so glad. She has been a huge, important person in my life. Very influential. Lady of God. She was a career lady. She was a business lady. She was the first VIP of the bank here in Asheboro. Female. So she was very smart. And she was always fair to people. Okay, I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator real quick before I put any saran wrap on it. I'm just going to let it set up real quick. Since I got the chocolate a little too soft, I'm going to set it up and then I'm going to put saran wrap on it and then we'll come back and taste it. So my aunt, as I was saying, was a super special person to me. If there was ever anybody else in this world that I felt loved me like I was their own child, it would be her. I mean, I know she loved her son because he was her child, but it was very close. I always felt super loved by her. Now, I'm sure she didn't love me as much as she loved her own son, but I felt very loved by my aunt, and I always wanted to exemplify her and be like her. I always kind of wanted to model my life. Now, I am very far from her. She was a very classy lady. She would have never been seen without her hair fixed and her makeup on, and her outfits always matched. That was the era she grew up in, but she was a very proper lady. When you sat down at her table and she brought you a piece of cake, it wasn't on a paper plate, much like I would do. It was on a piece of china, a china saucer. And she was just a super special person. So this week will be a little bit different because we will have her services, her visitation. She was a very well-known lady here in Asheboro, so I'm sure it's going to be a very busy time. I'm trying to find time that I can go spend with my cousin, and but we have so much going on with the church, and so, and it's one of those hard situations. So anyway, I'm hopefully going to get over there at least sometime tomorrow, hopefully, but if not, we'll go Monday. So, all right, I am going to get the sausage going for our sausage casseroles, and I'm just going to cut them up into little squares, little hors d'oeuvre type squares, and I'm going to make 2 of them. So I want to fry them separate. I don't have to, but I want to just so I can keep the amounts the same. When I got distracted a while ago when I was making the eclair and I was looking off there and I was like looking for a utensil, this is what I was looking for. I have lost mine, and a sweet family at church sent me theirs. They said they didn't use it, so I could have theirs, and so that's what I was looking for. So now we're gonna mix up the sausage. Whoops, I got a notification. I had turned my sausage off so I could just pay attention to the chocolate eclair. So now we're going to, let me hold the handle so we can quit the banging. All right, all I'm going to do is just fry this up, fry the next pound up, drain them, and that's all I'm going to do for tonight. And so I'll see you back when we put it together tomorrow. Okay, everyone, here is the chocolate eclair, and here are my sausage casseroles getting ready to go in the oven. This top layer is a crescent. Then you see sausage and cream cheese mixture on top of another crescent sheet. I'm so thankful they started making these crescent roll sheets. They come in super handy. So All right, we're getting ready to put these in the oven. All right, everybody, this is Caroline's contribution to the night. This is her beautiful talent of charcuterie board making. There needs to be a title for that. You're a charcuteress.
No, negative.
What?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. And she made some cookies, and we can only guess if they are homemade or from cookie dough, store-bought cookie
They
dough.
are definitely from cookie dough. They're good though.
All right, we're just waiting for the sausage casseroles to come out of the oven. So our Bible study event was a wonderful night. We had great food. Everybody, the sausage casserole was gone in no time, and the eclair was almost gone. So it was a wonderful, wonderful evening. Look, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I will see you Thursday on the next Farm and Pastor's Wife episode, and I don't want you to miss it. I don't want to miss you being here. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you then. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.